and welcome to Epic Luxury Travel and Lifestyle. We can all envision what it takes to become a world-class athlete. Not only do they have strenuous exercises and practices, but endless hours of training too. As exhausting as it seems, the reward in the end is worth it. Not so surprisingly, the most successful athletes have a net worth, not in millions but billions. And with such net worth comes luxury lifestyles, so make sure you watch the video till the end so you can see who are the wealthiest athletes in the world and how they spend their money. Before we begin, take a second and subscribe to our channel. Remember to hit the bell icon so you can see more videos like this in the future. Now, without delaying any longer, let's begin. Number 5. Cristiano Ronaldo. First, let's talk about the world-famous Cristiano Ronaldo. As of 2022, the football star stands tall with a net worth of about $500 million, making him one of the richest athletes in the whole world. But we can confidently say that only half of this money comes from his football wins, because apparently the footballer's earnings from his endorsement deals alone are around $110 million a year. Not just that, he has his face on several self-branded products as well, which include perfumes, clothing, and much more. Being one of the most famous and wealthiest athletes, he's bound to live a luxurious life. He owns several properties, including his apartment in Trump Tower in Manhattan, while another one is the luxury villa in La Finca, Spain, worth a whopping $6.2 million. Not just that, he also owns a luxurious watch collection that includes a Hublot masterpiece MP09 Tourbillon Bi-Axis, which is worth around $1.2 million. Apart from the luxurious stuff, the athlete also loves giving back to the community, and one of the best examples of his philanthropy is the time he spent a whopping $100,000 for the brain surgery of a 10-month-old baby boy. A good rich athlete, we'd say. Number 4. Michael Schumacher. Next, we have none other than Michael Schumacher, the former Formula One race car driver who's made his name with all his achievements. Schumacher stands among the wealthiest athletes in the world, with a net worth of about $600 million. What's interesting is that he's on this list even after retiring from his F1 career. With a joint record of 7 World Drivers' Championship titles, he's also one of the most famous F1 racers. Not just that, he even holds the most wins, podium finishes, and pole positions in his stats among all the Formula One racers to date. If we talk about his net worth, it's reflective of his amazingly lavish lifestyle. And we bet you must be thinking about the kind of house he has and what cars he drives. Well, one of the most expensive properties the former F1 racer owns is his mansion in Mallorca, Spain. Apparently, this house is where the Schumachers stay now and is worth around $27 million. Not to mention, the house in question was previously owned by Florentino Perez, the president of Real Madrid. But before this, the famous car racer used to stay at his mansion on Lake Geneva in Switzerland. And you'd be surprised to know the price of this massive castle at the time Michael bought it. Reports suggest that he got his hands on this property for only $3 million in 2002, right before securing his 5th F1 World Championship. But after the traumatic skiing accident that left him paralyzed, the family listed the mansion for sale, and it's believed that they sold it for $6.4 million, which is a pretty reasonable price for a property that stretches over 20,000 square meters of land. Even though the F1 champion has been out of public sight for well over a decade, he still owns a whole private car collection that's worth millions. Some of these cars include the Ferrari FXX, worth $2.1 million, and the Mercedes SLS AMG, worth around $200,000. Number 3. Tiger Woods. Next on this list, we have Tiger Woods, the American professional golfer who's known for his 82 PGA Tour and 41 European Tour wins. Not just that, he's also a 14-time major pro golf champion. Not only is Woods one of the greatest golfers, but he's also one of the wealthiest athletes. As of November 2022, Tiger's estimated net worth is said to be around $800 million. Although he's one of the highest-paid professional golfers in history, his golf course earnings fall around $118 million, and that's only 7.6% of his total revenues. This is because most of the money he makes comes from massive endorsement deals. As of 2022, some of these major deals include Nike, Golf Digest, American Express, Rolex, Monster Energy, AT&T, and NetJets, amongst many others. Now you must be wondering, a man with such a massive net worth must live in a luxury mansion. Well, you're right. He does in fact live in a massive house. Stretched across a 12-acre oceanfront estate, the golfer has his castle-like home in Florida on the exclusive Jupiter Island. The price of this house is estimated to be around a whopping $75 million. Not just that, Woods loves spending money on other luxury items as well. For instance, he has a yacht named Privacy worth about $25 million. At the same time, reports suggest that he also owns a $54 million private jet, Gulfstream G550. Number 2, Michael Jordan. You must have heard of the legendary NBA player even if you're not a basketball fan. Michael Jordan, the ace of the Chicago Bulls, enjoys an estimated net worth of $2.2 billion. It's reported that while he was still playing, his net income amounted to around $90 million. But that money wasn't even half of what he made from his corporate partners such as Nike, Hanes, and Gatorade. Apparently, the NBA star acquired over $1.8 billion from these deals alone. He's also known for endorsing Nike's Air Jordan and the movie Space Jam. No wonder he's regarded as the most renowned North American athlete of the 20th century. Jordan is a car lover and has bought some drool-worthy sports cars like a 1991 Toyota Land Cruiser, Aston Martin, the Chevrolet C4, and a Porsche 930 Turbo Cab Relay. While his current darlings include a Bugatti Veyron Sangnor and a McLaren Mercedes SLR 722. His car collection is a proven testament to his devotion to luxury vehicles. Not to mention, he's also the proud owner of 4 multi-million-dollar mansions across America, 1 in Chicago, 1 in Utah, and 2 in Charlotte. Every investor understands one thing: that'll never stop selling his food. So does Jordan. This was why he co-founded an upscale waterfront restaurant in South Florida called 1000 North in Jupiter. He owns 3 more steakhouses in Chicago, Washington, and Connecticut. Also, Jordan is the owner of 2 yachts named Joy and Mr. Terrible and a G550 jet plane. You must think that's all, but no. The athlete even owns a racing team, the NASCAR 23X1 Racing, which is, as you must have guessed, named after MJ's jersey number during his basketball career. Number 1, Vince McMahon. Dominating the top spot of the wealthiest athletes is the former wrestler and wrestling promoter Vince McMahon. The CEO and major shareholder of the WWE enjoys an estimated wealth of $2.4 billion. The figure seems even more phenomenal, considering that Vince invested $500 million in resurrecting the Extreme Football League, which he had to sell due to the impact of COVID-19. Being a former proficient wrestler, he utilized his wrestling rank to step into several other industries, such as becoming a commentator, promoter, and film producer. As expected, he's the owner of several luxurious properties, the best of which is his Greenwich, Connecticut mansion that's worth around $40 million. Not just that, he owns another $12 million penthouse in Manhattan. As if topping the richest athletes list wasn't enough of honor, he was also awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. If this didn't impress you, Vince has some impressive victories over several WWE legends like Stone Cold, Ken Shamrock, and John Cena, and he took down The Undertaker in a Buried Alive match as well. Not just that, he was also a WWE champion in 1999 and 2007. It shows how legendary Vince was even as a wrestler. And that's all for today. We hope you enjoyed this video. Do share your thoughts in the comments below. Also, don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons so that we can bring more incredible content to you. Thanks for watching. See you in the next epic video.